U.S. intelligence agency, mind control.
Latina.
When you leave the scene, I like to...
And didn't Brett Cooper like throw a hissy fit because they replaced her?
Well, I don't know. That's in some of the stuff I sent you. I sent a bunch of them because there's a bunch of people reacting to Daily Wire making an anti-woke Snow White.
turn to the camera like, gal's mad.
Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that Snow White 2024 by Disney is...
Bro,
was that...
Bro's
was
hat
that
doesn't even fit his head.
Are
you fucking kidding me with your fucking hat, bro? What are you doing? What is that fucking space on your fucking hat?
Was that the actual actress talking about the Daily Wire's version?
I don't know. I didn't hear.
When you leave the scene, I like turn to the camera like, gal's mad.
Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that Snow White
maybe
2024 by Disney is by far going to be the biggest box office failure among Disney throughout all of their other films.
Why am I not crying in public? It's so upsetting. We didn't even see, but I saw...
It probably will be. Because people are sick of these.
None of the Disney live actions are good, though.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Beauty and the Beast was fine.
Disney knows what they're doing. They don't actually care about if this lady can act or not.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Little Mermaid. They do not care. The girl could sing. If you can sing, that's definitely a priority.
Mm-hmm. And then they had to go and give her an original song.
But Disney is not going to cast a white lady for anything at this point. Knowing the free advertisement Ben Shapiro is going to give them, why would they? It's
exactly.
It's not like a move that's good economics.
Mm. Also, Israeli. Ooh.
Who is?
It's Gal Gadot.
Oh, because Gal Gadot was originally Snow White and they replaced her?
No, I think she's the queen.
Oh.
I think. And that's a good cast for the queen, honestly. I would be interested to see her role more.
You remember that movie Beowulf and they put Angelina Jolie in and they made her tits bigger?
No, I never saw it.
I didn't either. I just know that
That's
they made
hilarious.
her tits bigger because
I didn't know that. That's funny as.
The logo, and I went, that's my name. Snow White's up there, and I cried my eyes out.
The new woke Snow White starring Rachel Zegler. Disney bragging about we're so proud to have a Latina Snow.
Can we just note this Twitter page, please? Everybody,
wokeness.
Everybody, block this page.
It's
this page is basically
they're
basically a Libs of TikTok ripoff. They just
I
basically
watched Barbie specifically because people are balding.
I watched it because it was a great movie.
Yeah, we have 3 Barbie videos, by the way.
We do. You guys should watch them. They're great. We also roast Ben Shapiro because his review was fucking awful and he missed every single point of the movie. So much so that Brett Cooper was closer. It's very entertaining.
The new woke Snow White starring Rachel Zegler. Disney bragging about we're so proud to have a Latina Snow White. We really love diversity and representation.
In the ever-evolving world of Hollywood, where creativity and controversy often collide, one name has recently captured the spotlight in a whirlwind of emotions and opinions: Rachel Zegler. Known for her mesmerizing performance as Maria in Steven
I
Spielberg's
haven't. I
remake
might.
West Side Story,
I don't
Zegler
know
began
if I
on an
should. It
intense
seems like
development
2 people
almost
who are
impossible.
just going to have
But
the
as the
same
name knows,
ideology
great
agree
fame
on
comes great
and
scrutiny,
disagree on
Zegler found
nuances.
center of a social media storm, all thanks to her upcoming role as Snow White in a remake by
That costume is awful.
Can only be described as a roller coaster of reactions as Rachel Zegler rages against the tide of controversy, leaving fans and critics alike in anticipation, bewilderment, and debate. Disney's latest Snow White, Rachel Zegler, found herself in hot water as she faced heavy criticism on social media. Daily Wire host Matt Walsh and several others joined in the chorus of disapproval as she continued to criticize the original film. In a recently resurfaced video, she went so far as to label the prince as a stalker. The controversy surrounding Zegler and her outspoken views on the beloved classic continues to spark heated debates and discussions across the internet.
I mean, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evident.
Is this a safe space for Georges? Yes, I frequently speak about Georgism.
Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
In response, Walsh shared a message on his platform addressing his 2.4 million followers. He tweeted, "Disney is trying a really interesting marketing strategy where the star of the new Snow White spends a year before the movie's release publicly talking about how much she despises Snow White." Conservative radio host Dana Loesch jokes, "They probably couldn't have a Prince Charming in this one because Snow White is so annoying."
She's the former NRA person.
knowing that he'd just let her continue napping. Brandon Morse, editor at Red State, kept it straightforward with his response. Disney's own actors are tearing down Disney's legacy. Due to this, Rachel Ziegler has been through quite a roller coaster ride lately, and she's not holding back when expressing her feelings. It all began when some major Hollywood studios
talk
started
about whatever
blacklisting
savior
her
you
and
want.
taking.
I like this girl. Honestly, I like her. Her attitude is great.
Rachel?
Yeah, no, this girl. The actress, whatever her name is.
The Snow White actress.
Mm-hmm.
Some big roles. Disney, in particular, didn't even invite her to the premiere of Snow White 2024. But wait, there's more to this drama. You see, the Daily Wire is a new player in town. They're making their own version of Snow White called Snow White and the Evil Queen, starring Brett Cooper. This twist on the classic tale has hit a nerve with Rachel Ziegler, and this feud has been brewing for weeks.
This is an AI voice for sure. It's voice to text.
Snow White. They're going all out to make it a faithful and, in their words, accurate version. They're sticking to the classic portrayal of Snow White and the Evil Queen, and they're not holding back. Co-founder of the Daily Wire, Jeremy Boring, said it's taken 100 years to build Disney. Boring further added, "We know we aren't what Disney is today, but we hope in time we might become what they were. One step at a time."
Boring, he sure is.
A little studio with big ideas and the courage to chase them. While Disney still uses Walt's name, they have all but abandoned his legacy.
Oh my God, bro. Yeah, dude. Maybe because Walt was a fucking Nazi.
Yeah, his legacy of what? Fascism? What the fuck are you talking about? Of like minstrel cartoons?
What are you talking about? Is a drag queen, bro. Drag queens love the Evil Queen and Snow White. All of them have been her once for Halloween.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wire's New Kids Entertainment division. Although no official release date is available, the teaser indicates that the film is on its way and will be hitting screens soon. In a press release, the company referred to the House of Mouse, a well-known term often used to describe Disney. It said, amid a tumultuous time for Disney with its live-action Snow White star Rachel Ziegler publicly disparaging the classic story, contributing to already plummeting favorability ratings for the once iconic company, the Daily Wire announced Monday it will make its own live-action adaptation of the Brothers Grimm fairy tale. At first, some conservative folks weren't thrilled about the casting of Ziegler, a Latina star from West Side Story, to play a character originally described as having skin as
she's
white as
already
snow,
been in a musical. No shit.
They also raised eyebrows when they saw
there you
that
go.
the seven dwarfs, once central to the story, had become a diverse group of magical beings with different sizes and genders. Then, the 22-year-old Ziegler stirred the pot when old comments from last year surfaced during the summer. She didn't seem too...
It was like, wow, we just found out why she got cast. Problem over. Video over. No more issue. What's the problem? Like, fucking hell.
Keen on the original Snow White movie, hinting that the new one would bring a whole new twist to the beloved character. It's safe to say there's been quite a buzz around these changes. Now, Rachel Ziegler is ready to speak out against this whole Snow White battle. She's not happy about the controversy around changing the race of characters, and it seems even Disney has given her the green light to defend their decisions in interviews. Stay tuned because this showdown is far from over. Now, even though she's still not part of the D premiere, here's a crucial update on this ongoing drama. Rachel Ziegler persuaded Disney to let her express her views on social media, specifically Twitter and YouTube. Her target, the Daily Wire and Brett Cooper and their version of Snow White. It's rather unexpected, but Disney has given her.
I fucking love this.
They appear to see the Daily Wire's Snow White as a real
Disney
challenge
fighting the Daily Wire. This is amazing.
Which can impact their bottom line. Ziegler is.
That's why I saved a bunch. This is just the intro to it because there's other people ranting about this, and we'll see who does it the best.
This clash of titans is drawing the gaze of Hollywood fans far and wide. Rachel Ziegler, well, she's not exactly known for taking criticism with a smile, especially in a situation.
Why would anyone want the same movie again? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's what Hollywood is now. You know why? Because they go, hey, you know what made money? This movie back in the day. Let's just do that again. Because capitalism can't breed innovation.
That stars Rachel Ziegler herself. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Picture this. Next year, we're in for an epic showdown. It's like a head-on collision.
This is exactly why the new Star Wars is bad, because they know you can't do anything. You're giving it free advertising. The worse they make it.
And Disney's Snow White. It's a clash of storytelling giants that's got everyone buzzing. Ziegler is about to kick off a unique campaign. She will wear t-shirts supporting her version of Snow White, where they've swapped the character's race. But that's not all. Behind the scenes, things are getting pretty intense for Ziegler and her team. It seems like Disney has given her the green light to speak out against the Daily Wire's version to use Ziegler as a direct spokesperson.
Oh my God, you've said this already, AI.
Even those t-shirts she and her team are planning have Disney's stamp of approval. And that's not all. Disney is also talking seriously with Comedy Central about an upcoming South Park episode. They're really not happy about it, especially because it's poking fun at the idea of race and gender swapping in Snow White. On the other hand, the Daily Wire Snow White is all about sticking to the original story. They're urging everyone to watch their version rather than what they call Disney's atrocity. It's a battle of creativity and values, and getting more intriguing by the minute. Snow White and the Evil Queen.
Hi.
I'm sure anyone who subscribes to Daily Wire Plus does not watch this new Snow White with a Latina in it.
Newsflash. Snow White isn't an original story.
Got him.
Is scheduled to debut in 2024, while Disney's version of Snow White is hitting theaters on March 22nd, 2024. As for the Daily Wire project, Disney has yet to provide any immediate comments or responses. The battle between these two adaptations continues to unfold. Ziegler's reaction to all of this shows that she has a tough time handling criticism or any kind of response to what Disney is doing with these iconic characters.
Let's see your reaction.
You said this already.
We're not just talking
about next
Disney.
video. This one is just repeating itself because it's AI. More AI slop. I can't wait till Daily Wire makes $0 off of this fucking movie. Like, bro, you could literally pick any episode. What was the Disney show?
Welcome back to the comment section.
They were in real life. It's like Enchanted, but it's like real life. And it was
Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time. You could pick any episode of Once Upon a Time, and it's going to be better than whatever Daily Wire makes here. And I fucking hated that show.
I didn't mind it.
My abusive fiance used to love it and watch it all the time, and I would laugh at how bad the effects are in it.
They're so bad, but it's like Riverdale, right? So bad it's good. You know what I mean?
No,
it's like all these.
I don't understand what you mean because I've never
seen Australian TV dramas that have been going for 40 years. They're fucking awful.
You'll watch nothing and be happy. Be happy.
Talking yet again about another Disney remake because that is a huge topic of conversation online because they won't stop doing them. No. That is how they're making their money these days.
I want to know why they
losing money.
And now Daily Wire is doing a remake of a Disney movie. Ha ha ha! Fucking idiots. Same fucking thing, you morons.
Remakes work. Now, a few weeks ago, pictures from the new Snow White live-action remake went viral, and people
had
a field day with it, rightfully so,
Little
because it
House
looks
on the
absolutely
Prairie
atrocious.
remake thing that they had, where it's like Trouble on the Prairie Dogs, and everyone said that it was fucking dog shit.
Never heard of that.
I guarantee you, Lady Ballers is like their best movie.
Ridiculous. First of all, there was only one actual dwarf, the token dwarf, and the rest of them literally look like crackheads that are stumbling out of a San Francisco Whole Foods. And also, we were reminded that the girl playing Snow White isn't actually Snow White, after all, which should not have surprised anybody. It is 2023. You can't hire a white girl to play Snow White. Anyway, to be honest, the actress's race and the crackhead dwarves have become the least of my concerns after what I saw the last couple of weeks. Before we get into this, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section.
The costume is so bad.
Okay, so this new live-action Snow White is actually written by Greta Gerwig, who also wrote Barbie.
Are you serious?
Lady Bird and Princess Han.
Seriously?
Are you serious? Okay, I'm back in for Disney Snow White now.
Yeah, I'm back in too. What the fuck? If she does something with that movie like she did with Barbie, I'm down.
I'm back in.
I am.
Brett
Totally
Cooper is gonna fucking love it, and it's funny because she's playing the white Snow White, and she's gonna end up loving this because Brett Cooper fucking loves Greta Gerwig. We know this because we made an entire video about her talking about
herself.
Greta Gerwig. Yeah, Greta Gerwig is literally her favorite director. Barbie was okay. Okay, now you're gonna get banned. Just kidding.
Stay later.
No, just kidding. I would say Barbie is okay too. It's overhyped.
Watch our Barbie movies.
But I respect it because it finally gave women something to watch besides Avengers, you know?
Barbie, but also she's one of my
this
favorite
Avengers movie is going to have a girl in it, girls. Oh, it bombed. It was the worst one yet. Hey, guess what? We're doing it again. Uh-oh, COVID. Lady Bird was better. I haven't seen Lady Bird yet, so I'm very poor.
Barbie, but also, she's one of my favorite writers and directors. I've
liked
her since high school, so this pains me because what she is doing with Snow White seems absolutely terrible.
Dude, I trusted you. I trusted her.
Because she's involved, I want to believe that this movie will have some redeeming qualities. Will I actually watch it? Probably not. But I hope that it does for those of you who watch it. But the lead actresses, Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, are making it very, very difficult for for me to believe that there is anything redeeming about this project whatsoever. Now, I am sure that we have all seen this viral clip, but let's just watch again.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be,
Oh.
and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
Oh my god, it's a really incredible story. You're making this girl boss story based on an important father figure. Her father tells her to be brave and strong. Don't you think that there's a, you know?
Don't they always
something
talk about
redeeming
father
Is
figures?
Arya Stark not cool as fuck now?
Yeah, she was always the coolest. She was always the best character.
I can't put that on screen, but I hope she does call the queen that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time I noticed that, even though I've watched this like 6 times now.
Just a
That's
really
weird.
incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my
Now
campaign.
this has to be before
I am. Why do they look so
they put Brett
smug?
Cooper in her own movie, right?
I think so, yeah. Because what? 5 months ago.
How long? When did they announce this shit? We'll see, because she'll advertise her own role
Yeah.
if they've already planned it.
Yeah.
They both have that look on their face, just like the feminists, like, yeah, we're so much better than you. Anyway, so apparently,
They are
according to
better than
them and
you.
according to the writers of Snow White and Disney, women can't even want to be in love anymore. That's some outdated construct.
I'm fucking better than
that
you.
was back in
I
the
know.
30s when women
I
actually
joke
wanted to
that
be around
Jack's
men.
allowed
Actually
to say it, but even then, YouTube will ban us if we keep throwing that shit around. We've already been demonetized for the Houthis shit, so
Yeah, exactly. We're already demonetized.
Yeah,
and
so
I'm Australian,
yeah.
and if they ban us
So
for
we've
me
al-
saying cunt, it's
no,
racism.
But the thing is, when the reapplication comes up, they're gonna fucking grade us again and keep banning us.
Right. But yeah, it's
Anyways,
it's
yeah,
Australian- it's
we've been
native Australian
demonetized.
language.
YouTube took ads off her videos because they're against small creators making
Mhm.
journalism and neutral content. So make sure to
Yep.
sub to our Patreon for $1 or more.
Please.
Look, there it is. There's the link going across the screen. You could be there.
Exclusive videos and uncensored let them eat cakes. We are oppressed.
And soon there'll be
Never pressed
I'm working on the first movie review thing, which is like
Mm.
not actually a review thing. But I see all these things. So you know how they like the meta was like give Pakistani tribal people food and film it.
Yeah.
So they started doing that, but it's with them watching American movies like Jurassic Park. And they're just supposed to talk the entire time, right? Because if they're talking the entire time, then they can cut all the clips together because they're always talking about, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. And that's like a small thing with the movie. So I was like, look, if they're doing this and they're posting it directly to YouTube, we can do the same thing and post it to like a paywall.
That'll be good.
Wanted to be in love. Like, even though women in 2023, we still come home. Even the most girl bossy feminist girls out there that I know, they still come home. They cuddle up on the couch, and you know what? They watch rom-coms. They watch rom-coms and BBC Jane Austen adaptations, and they eat ice cream because at the end of the day, we're
That's
still
her.
women.
This is
we
her
still wanna be
projecting
in
again.
love, and
Brett
we still
Cooper
like
loves
men,
Jane
and we
Austen
still wanna
adaptations.
find a man
I've
to
watched
treat us well. But
watched
nope,
maybe
nope.
3 Brett Cooper videos, and I know this. So
that is a very outdated social construct. Can't have that anymore. That makes us weak and makes us look bad, even though that is literally who we are. That is not a bad
there's a Vosh
thing.
video.
Like, oh my
I
gosh,
might
it
have
is
put it
so
in the list, but it's him basically talking about how straight women are evil. That I saved. I previewed it. I was like, this is actually funny, so I saved it. So maybe we'll look at that sometime if it's on the list. I'm not sure. We're
Not
definitely
today.
finishing today with this Daily Wire nonsense, though. There's a
yeah.
few of these, though.
Yeah, there is.
1930s, got to move away from that. Now it's funny because these seem to be
What's
the
funny?
only talking points that these two actresses have been given because they are regurgitating them in literally every
Almost,
single interview.
it's almost like
have
they
done,
work for Disney.
Yeah.
with the same smugness and pleasure around it. Here's another one, again, just as insufferable as the first.
The cartoon was made 85 years ago. It's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power, and
especially the rape. That's not cool. Yeah, should probably change that.
Yeah, she's asleep. She didn't consent to this.
Not cool.
what a woman is fit for. Snow White has to learn a lot of lessons about coming into her own power before she can come into power over a kingdom.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's the proactive one, and she's the one who set the terms, is what makes it so relevant to where we are today.
She's the proactive one, even though she literally gets saved. Like, the whole story is
based.
Legend. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Now as long as
we will add your name. We will add your name.
Her getting saved. She gets manipulated. She eats the poisonous apple. The prince has to come and save her. Is she just gonna like wake up like some kind of zombie from the dead? Like, here we go, I'm back up again. You don't need to know. Like, the whole narrative with her and the prince is her being saved. It makes no sense. It's almost laughable. Also relevant for today, like Al Gadot saying that. Disney, have you ever considered that your
Brett
fairy
Cooper's about to
tales
star in a
have
movie where
actually
she's asleep the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious.
Top tier.
Hilarious.
Oscar nod.
Test of time, because they are always relevant, because that is what a fairy tale is, because they have timeless universal values and lessons that any person, regardless of their age, regardless of their generation, could connect to. That is why they are so important. That is why they have been around for hundreds of years. You didn't start these fairy tales. Grimm's fairy tales, that's where they came from. People love these for a reason, because of the values. You don't need to make this girl bossy to make it relevant for young women. That's totally beside the point. Maybe we don't need to reimagine this. Somebody commented and said, the Disney animation of Snow White was here to encourage the people during the Depression/war. She is patient and kind, which gives her her wish. Somebody else said Snow White is kind, hopeful, resilient. Those are traits worth representing. Nope, not anymore. Outdated. If a woman is kind, that means that she is weak. We cannot have that anymore, ladies. You must be bossy at all times. You must be bratty, smug, and single and unhappy. Then you will be relevant. Overall, since those first photos came out from set last month, people have just gotten progressively more angry about this entire project. Like, basically nobody is happy. That Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot interview talking about this dumbass new Snow White live action movie is so funny. Everyone working on this movie seems to hate the original. Why didn't we just make a brand new movie? I don't know, Jack. I ask that every single time I do one of these episodes. I would really, really love to know. There's a couple of TikToks. I mean, they've been all over my For You page right now, which I really appreciate.
Why are you yelling at me, bitch? Walked so that you could run Miss Ma'am. This role would not exist for you if that role had not existed for her in 1937. I know that you've rewritten it, and it's going to be about
oh my God, lady. Pick a better angle for yourself here, okay? We're just seeing up your nose. You look like a fucking Hey Arnold character.
Exactly what we want.
Bitches
there are
leave.
women in this world who want that fairy tale.
The tweet they pulled up had 0 likes and retweets. Is that what we're saying? Did that happen?
You are talking down on the first full-length animated feature in history. Generations upon generations, decades upon.
Why didn't we just make?
Oh my God! Amazing.
What does it say?
Zero. Nothing. No engagement. 200 views. 200
and that's what she picked. Because all they did was look. You can see it too. All they did is keyword search.
Yeah.
And take a fucking screen cap.
Lazy.
Make a brand new movie. I don't know, Jack. I ask that every single time I do one of these.
I told you, fucking stop yelling at me.
Look, they're making the Slender noise when he get you for her. Because she the Slender Man coming to get you.
Everything she said.
Does she advertise her movie? Is that out yet? She doesn't have her white mic stand. They redid her set. It's so much worse.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Feminism. Thank you very, very much.
And I talk shit about that curtain in the background.
When that is literally what happens every single day. Let women have their fairy tales. That is the point of this entire episode. Here's another one.
This sounds like the end of the video, and you know what? It would have been good had it ended there, but there's 10 minutes left.
They're making the 1930 Snow White version illegal.
What?
She's saying let women have their fairy tales. Nobody's taking them.
This guy was spot on.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's the proactive one.
Okay, but why? Why? This is the part I really liked
Why
about the
not?
Barbie movie when they said, why can't
Because
they
it's
just be an ordinary
written by
Barbie?
Greta
I
Gerwig,
love
maybe.
that. Because the point of Snow White's fairy tale, isn't that she's going to try and become a leader. That was never in the original fairy tale. That's not part of Snow White's story. She's not supposed to be this girl boss, leader, queen, feminist icon. And I don't know why every reimagining, it has to be that the woman is in a position of power.
Because we are in a matriarchy, sir. That's why.
Snow White in the original fairy tale survived 3 different assassination attempts. She lives for free in the dwarf's house and just bakes whatever she wants. She makes her own food. She's pretty much free to do whatever she wants. And Snow White was manipulated into taking a bite of that apple. It wasn't because she wasn't proactive enough or because she wasn't, you know, this feminist, go-getting leader woman. She took a bite of that apple because she was manipulated to. There was a really powerful older woman who was manipulating her the whole time.
Also, it's funny to me when they're talking about being proactive.
I hate
and
woke
making this all
media
relevant,
discourse.
as if
It's so
manipulation does
boring.
not happen in 2023. As if young people.
I just want to get to the part where they say that the actress playing Snow White is mad because Brett Cooper is the new Snow White. Because I sent one of those videos.
It'll get there eventually.
Is it
Are
in
still
this
not
one?
easily swayed. Like, wasn't Snow?
There is another Rachel Ziegler one. Do you want to just go to that one and end on that one?
Yeah, let me check my actual watch later things.
Okay.
White 14 or 15 in the original story? I'm sorry that at that age, she didn't know everything, that she was not the girl bossiest feminist leader queen yet. Like, I'm sorry that's not good enough for you. That's just the story. This is still relevant. Being a young, innocent person, that's something we have all experienced. That is relevant in itself. Again, the values are timeless. You do not need to change them.
I don't know why, in order to make a film more progressive, the woman can't have a focus on love or finding true love. They almost act like it's something to make fun of. When even in the original cartoon, she sings one song about finding her true love. The prince is in the movie for like a minute. Snow White wanted to find true love. That's fine.
And in that minute, he rapes her.
What's the other one you have called?
What?
What's the other one you have called?
Other what?
You said there's another Rachel Ziegler one?
Yeah, it says it's Rachel Ziegler goes off on Brett Cooper for replacing her as Snow White. Which I am assuming is the one that you're talking about.
Well, so this one right here, that one was the AI one, I assume, the one that I just sent you? That we just watched, so the other one is some other conservative saying something stupid.
No, this one isn't AI. This is something different.
Oh, that's what I meant. Is that okay? Yeah.
So this is all right. Do we want to move to that one?
Well, I just want to look at that one because the last one I definitely have here. The last one to wrap up on is definitely this one, and I think you'll agree that one is definitely the one to end on.
When the female Ben Shapiro puts a target on your back,
yes, this is the one that originally started me down the rabbit hole.
Cooper is the newest it girl at the conservative Daily Wire. Love her or hate her, she's the Gen Z star.
Look, man, I kind of like her, to be completely honest.
I kind of could care less.
I kind of like her.
She's like the least insufferable person.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Is like
wait. The new TNT. What's fucking not Adam Friedland, but the other guy from Cumtown has a special, and he's talking about like how it's crazy they have Splinter with that voice. And like it's like one of the funniest bits in that special.
It's just
like,
the rat voice.
it's like and they're like, oh, you can't do racist comedy anymore. Okay, checkmate. Look at this bit.
Or all of Kill Tony.
For spilling the tea on a channel that was boring and lifeless. And this time she has come after her fellow Snow White, Rachel Ziegler, who isn't exactly winning the popularity contest in the high school that Hollywood is. Well, Brett Cooper might have won the prom queen with her latest popular video on YouTube.
She seems cool. I'd be
Splinter's voiced by Jackie Chan. Are you serious? That's fucking awesome.
That's even better. It's not even a voice. That's hilarious.
Real quick. So, first things first, why is Rachel Ziegler being dragged on the internet?
She's not going to be safe with the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can.
Everyone, that's part of the American and colonialism. Everyone had to be Protestantized in their names. Blame Protestants, not Americans.
We have a soundbite for that.
We have a few.
Where are they?
Technically.
So we can start killing the Protestants.
No,
now
Michael,
tonight,
that's
Kathy.
not what this is about.
Wait, I got another one.
Could you give us some of your political beliefs?
Kill everyone now. Condone first-degree murder.
Beat the hell out of black and tans.
Newsflash, people, love is officially dead. Sounds a bit whack, right? This is why the newest Snow White for
Ugly
Disney has
costume.
lost the people's favorite vote dramatically. The drama starts with a viral clip of Zegler's interview where she talks about giving a modern edge to Disney's Snow White by not introducing a male love interest in the movie. That's right.
Great
the
decision.
super mega heartthrob, Prince Florian, won't be making any appearance in the film whatsoever.
Great decision.
So if you were hoping to relive a they lived happily ever after moment while watching the movie, you might want to make some alternative.
You know why I'm happy about this? Give me something different.
Yeah. You know, there's
this might have
Bella
legs.
from Twilight Snow White movie. Was that any good?
Nope.
Did you see it?
Yep. Was not good. There was also the Snow White and the Huntsman movies.
I thought that was the Bella.
Is that
from Twilight
those ones?
one.
Oh, okay. Like the movies themselves.
Her name's
were
Kristen
fine.
Stewart. Why do I feel like
Yeah.
that's somebody who was in Charlie's Angels?
Because she was.
Kristen Stewart?
Yeah, the remake. The Charlize Theron remake.
What are you? No way! No
Yeah.
way! There is another Charlie's Angels.
Did you not know this?
No, that's so funny.
And they cast.
Oh, she was in Zithra.
Yeah.
Zithra is a fucking awesome movie.
Yeah. She's in so much stuff that you wouldn't even know.
She's a great
And
actress.
She is.
Oh yeah,
she's in the
she's in the Camp X-Ray movie where it's about a guard falling in love with a Gitmo prisoner, but Camp X-Ray literally wasn't like the facility that they're showing.
Yeah.
It's when they kept them in cages outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's good. She just can't emote well. She's gotten better though. Yeah, okay, it was those ones. What else was she in?
It would be really cool if we made movies that weren't things before. Look, I heard because Barbie went well, we're finally getting that Stretch Armstrong movie.
Which will just turn into another Disney fucking remake bullshit. Have you seen American Ultra?
No.
So American Ultra is basically an MK Ultra
Wasn't
story.
it written by that dude who was a rapist?
I don't know.
Chat, let me know.
Who are you talking about?
The guy who's a legendary director's son and used his status to like rape women.
Give me a second.
Chat will know if they know. Hit play.
Okay.
Plans. Fans were already
Max
upset that
Landis?
Disney had made
Yes,
massive
rapist.
changes to the original.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Big time.
It's a good story.
Chronicle writer guy. Yes, him. Big time.
Wait, Chronicle? Really?
Yep, big time. Big time rapist.
What the fuck?
He's literally no. He's literally the reason why Me Too started.
Crazy, really?
Yeah.
Adventureland is a good movie. You're 100% correct. And American Ultra is like a. I fucking love it. It's got Jesse Eisenberg in
His
it.
dad
too.
was too. I didn't know about that, but I'm not surprised because especially back in the. What's funny is like I don't think Jerry Seinfeld makes his point the right way, but somebody's interviewing him and said, "Is there a Hollywood problem?" And like the way he responds is like not exactly right, but the whole point is that he's trying to make is that it's a society problem, but he doesn't express it the right way.
Yeah. It's
What-
such a hard thing to express, though. That's the problem. And
Well,
this
the
is problem
reporter
we've
didn't
been having.
have him elaborate on that point. She asked
Yeah.
more like leading questions about other things in Hollywood.
Right. Yeah.
So it didn't come off very cool. But like it's like so true that like it really was not a Hollywood thing. Men abusing positions of power. These people just are famous enough to have people care when they came forward, and that's the only reason why it changed.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it was, is that these people had positions significant enough to matter. And the positions of power were that out of whack.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs that was released in 1937. But that anger was only limited to the visuals of the movie. A Latina character was cast for a racially white-skinned Snow White, and the new adaptation didn't have any singular titular frame on the dwarfs. The backlash became such a moment on the internet that people were calling for a Disney is over party. Ultimately, the franchise had to change the movie's name to Snow White solely.
Disney, they called for Disney to be over. Wow. Epic. Wow, you showed them.
Only
yeah.
One actual dwarf in the movie. Yep, Brett Cooper wasn't the only person to notice that weird out-of-touch detail. Her stands rallied behind her instantly.
What are you talking? There's
Disney
all
was
of them are
selling a
in there.
movie
We've
that
seen
was
this.
completely opposite to its title.
I only think
But,
one
oh
is
boy,
a dwarf, though.
Oh, the other
Yeah.
are special boys.
Or they might just be normal.
There's like a knockoff
regular
one.
people.
You know, like one of those like knockoff Italian animations.
Mm.
And it says something like it's Snow White and the Seven Special Boys. It might be a video game or something. I think it was something I saw in Cinemassacre where they talk about this ripoff.
Yeah.
The Twilight Zone thing. Okay. For some reason I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember hearing about this. But when I hear the Twilight Zone, all I think about is dead Vietnamese children.
What?
Because the two Vietnamese kids died filming the Twilight Zone movie. They got their heads cut off.
Oh, yes, the helicopter
Yeah,
crash.
they weren't even
Yeah.
like legal citizens.
Yeah.
Like they literally like didn't have like the permits to even work in these.
It changed Hollywood, didn't it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah, wild. But that was the new one. I think John Landis was the host of the original Twilight Zone, if I'm...
Oh, John Landis oversaw it. John Landis is like huge. He was like one of the powerhouses. So him abusing his power, I wouldn't be surprised. But Max Landis literally did "Don't you know who my dad is?" shit to people.
Oh my god.
Like he could blacklist anyone because of his dad.
Insane.
And then he used that for a power motive to do his crimes.
Fuck that guy.
Did he? I hope he fucking like. Did anyone take him to court or anything? Probably not, because there's no justice in this world.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, it's almost 5 hours, so let's fucking
let's finish
through this
It
shit.
was the least of Brett Cooper's worries. What really set her off was Rachel's comment on how women do not need to find love. It's 2023 after all, and not 1937.
Yes.
So another newsflash, besties. Snow White isn't getting saved by a prince anymore because, according to Zegler, he's just a creepy man. And the last thing she would want to do in her movies was to be dependent on a prince who is madly in love with her character.
You know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Damn, Max Landis still posted.
Like, I'm just confused how she's not white enough. Like, what the fuck are they complaining about? Like, do they want her to be like held inside her entire life?
Yeah, well, they even said that they're changing the term of fairness.
What do you mean? As in like the
because the fairest one of all, they said it's changed.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I think changing it to like most earnest of all would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. She is gorgeous. And I love her attitude that she's just like, fuck all these people.
Yeah, it's going to be another slam dunk for Greta Gerwig. I can tell you already. Just like how Barbie was.
Yep. I think you're 100% correct. And she is this confident because I think she is confident in her production skills, in her direction skills.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's going on here. And what we're witnessing is a power play. And Daily Wire is fucking walking.
It's going to be the first
right
live action Disney that's good. Plus, Greta's only writing as well. She probably wouldn't want to direct under Disney because who would want that?
Yeah, they would take
What
a
a
lot of control.
nightmare.
Yeah. Maybe it won't be, unless she's like an executive producer and she has some kind of say in the direction. Then maybe, but like if she's just writing and it's left to another producer, it could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Story, with a guy who literally.
I might white crime it and pay for another movie and go see it.
Stalks her. Weird.
In the
It
upcoming
is
movie,
weird.
Snow White will follow the advice given by her late father, and instead of tying the knot with Prince Florian, she will forge her own destiny. You'd think Rachel wouldn't add fuel to the fire that was already galvanizing online and beyond.
Feed
Nope.
that shit,
The actress
son.
went ahead and blasted an entire tank of gasoline by labeling Prince Florian a creepy stalker
Love it.
who gets obsessed with the ethereal beauty of Snow White.
Love it.
So by removing his character altogether, they're doing a public service for women.
Get him, Rachel.
Now that's a classic
Get 'em.
recipe for getting canceled on, at least on one side of the internet. Yikes.
Okay,
And
I
of
guess
course, Brett
Wow.
Cooper wasn't
Wow.
in any
there's
of
a
it.
Netflix Chronicles of Narnia movie that Gerwig is
Mm.
also writing.
Yeah, did you not know that she's doing Chronicles of Narnia?
No, I could care less about that Jesus shit.
Well, that's why it's interesting. Because I'm pretty sure she's not the most religious person.
She wrote for China, Illinois. That's funny.
Huh.
10 episodes. That's
So
funny.
I'm very, very interested to see what she does with the Narnia stuff, because it has potential, I think. Look at what she did with Barbie. Of all things, what a random fucking movie to have that kind of message.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She's been given a Catholic film, a Catholic story. Right?
Is it okay if I hang out? Duh. We're
Like,
not
what
going to
the
be online
fuck?
much longer, though.
Yeah, maybe like 20 minutes.
We'll see how long it takes us to get through this fucking video.
Yeah, she's not Catholic. The story is Catholic. I'm
Yeah,
curious about
Narnia
what
is
she's
like
gonna
all
do with the
Catholic
story.
Jesus stuff.
Yeah,
It was like I remember Harry Potter was big, and it was like the thing they were pushing on kids instead of Harry Potter, being like, you know what's
yeah.
better than Harry Potter? Chronicles of Narnia.
They were good movies.
Are you? I don't know. I haven't.
You never watched them?
No, I don't care.
Interesting, because I when I watched them, I only found out.
I just know
recently
that there's
they're
a goat
Catholic.
man named Mr. Tumnus, and I want to bang him. Right? He was a hot to trot guy, right, Mr. Tumnus?
Yeah.
Everyone,
Yeah, it was like
everyone,
the
let me
first
know.
one I used to be.
Everyone, let me know if you would fuck Mr. Tumnus.
Also, it's kind of funny that this is like a Snow White PR disaster.
Okay,
Do you know
I
who
think
this
he was
is?
hotter in the Scary Movie ripoff.
Do you see this little symbol in the top left corner here? This is fucking Sky News. Irrelevant.
On one side of the
Shut
internet.
the fuck up.
Yikes. And of course, Brett Cooper wasn't having any of it. She came for Zegler for assuming that every woman is tired of the idea of love and that they don't want to build a life with men anymore because that was just a trend and we're...
You know what this is exactly the same as? This is exactly the same as the conservative reaction to Black Lives Matter. This response right here from Brett Cooper on the Daily Wire is literally all lives matter. That's what they're doing, which makes it even more cringe.
So over it. Apparently not, though. The way Brett Cooper responds to Zegler instantly made her popular in the comments section.
Launching my campaign.
I am. Why do they look so smug? They both have that look on their face, just like the feminists, like, yeah, we're so much better than you. Anyway.
Snow White can girl boss all she wants, and she can still come home to a man. Or maybe she can get married to Prince Florian like she does in the original. And that technically shouldn't impact her capacity to become a leader. But nope, Zegler believes that love and leadership can't coexist. And Cooper could have pulled out some receipts. There's no doubt that Brett is the queen diva of the Daily Wire. She holds multiple degrees, was a successful child actor,
Was
got
she?
her own show on a big channel, and then she finally
she?
got a ring on her finger as well. Fans were quick to point out how Zegler's generalization is gross because...
Look, man, getting a role on a show for the company that you already work for, who's known to be very incestuous with
No,
their media
I
production
think
and
it was she
only
was on
casting
something
people.
else, and they pulled her from that.
Okay, I could be wrong, but my point still stands. Like, Daily Wire is notorious for being very
Yeah,
incestuous.
she was on
with their
Heathers for the
casting.
Paramount Network.
Ah, interesting.
Which I'm not sure if you've seen Heathers, but that's a big time
haven't.
like girl movie from my era, even before me.
Hey, women can do it all, from girl bossing to romancing. Both Zegler and Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen, have done
Hey,
a
I
bunch of
fucking told you. Did I not call that?
What?
I fucking knew it. I'm like, she has to be playing the queen, right?
Who, Gal Gadot?
Yeah, she's like the perfect cast for it. She's tall, right?
She's evil.
You sure, right? You stick her in an evil costume, and you film from a certain angle. You can make her look massive and imposing. That'd be great. Camera tricks.
Reviews about making the
CGI.
movie relevant again. And well, those words didn't go well with the internet community at all. Maybe Rachel Zegler is just in her fumbling.
I don't give a fuck because Twitter's not a real
but
place.
She isn't leaving any single opportunity to not get devoured by hate parties on Twitter. People are complaining that the cast of the movie clearly misunderstood the assignment, as they can't understand that fairy tales are timeless.
There's an acting credit for Brett Cooper in the comments section with Brett Cooper. And it's for one episode, Brett the 50s housewife. So she did a little character thing.
That's hilarious.
And then
It's
put a
so
fucking
funny that
credit
that's a
on her
credit.
IMDb for it.
That's so funny.
When Brett Cooper decided to wear her superhero cape and just save her fans from the misery of watching an iteration of Snow White that isn't actually Snow White.
It doesn't say that she's
Watch
got a
out,
credit
people,
for the
because there
longest
are
yard. That's what I thought that clip was from, where she was in football gear.
Which longest yard?
I assumed the one with Adam Sandler, she was in football gear or something. I don't know.
The fuck?
I just assumed. I was like, hey, football movie of the past.
Where is it?
When he was like, she was a child actor and she was in football, and it wasn't that long ago. He literally just said it. She was an accomplished child actor and in her own TV series.
It'll be...
Every woman is tired of the idea of love over it. Apparently not, though. The way Brett Cooper responds to Zegler instantly made her popular in the comments.
On their face, just like...
And she can still come home to a man. Or maybe she can get married to Prince Florian like she does in the original. And that technically shouldn't impact her capacity to become a leader. But nope, Zegler believes that love and leadership can't coexist. And Cooper could have pulled out some receipts. There's no doubt that Brett is the queen diva of the Daily Wire. She holds multiple degrees, was a success.
See, what's this?
Badges. No, it's not the longest yard. Unless there was a newer one.
With Adam, I was just thinking with Adam Sandler, you know?
That was like 2007.
I don't know. I just saw football. I said, hey, that's a football movie. Gotta be the longest yard.
Successful child actor, got her own show on a big channel, and then she finally got a ring on her finger as well. Fans were quick to point out how Zegler's generalization is gross because, hey, women can do it all, from girl bossing to romancing. Both Zegler and Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen, have done a bunch of interviews about making the movie relevant again. And well, those words didn't go well with the internet community at all. Maybe Rachel Zegler is just in her fumbling/flop era, but she isn't leaving any single opportunity
This guy's so
to
fucking
not get
annoying.
devoured by hate parties on Twitter. People are complaining that the cast of the movie clearly misunderstood the assignment, as they can't understand that fairy tales are timeless. So this is when Brett Cooper decided to wear her superhero cape.
Them making a different adaptation of the story does not erase the previous story. Shut the fuck up. Just go watch your 1930s cartoon with your sexual assault and shit, and shut the fuck up. Nobody gives a shit. This is so fucking pointless.
And just save her fans
Like there
from
are
the misery.
there are genocides happening, and this is what people are fucking complaining about.
Of watching an
Shut
iteration
the
of Snow
fuck
White
up.
that isn't actually Snow White. Watch out, people, because there are 2 Snow Whites in the town, and both have reportedly decided that either of them has to be exiled. Yep, the drama got far more
What?
Who do you
They
think
keep advertising this like Rachel Zegler actually responded to
Yeah.
Brett Cooper saying this. I've seen nothing.
Yeah.
I've seen nothing showing that she's said shit.
Mm-hmm. Also, if we're really gonna have a battle between the Daily Wire and Disney, I'm back Disney. I don't know about you. It's a safer bet.
Than you could have ever imagined. The Daily Wire pulled off an ultimate Chad
they?
move that no one saw coming. Rachel
Oh
Zegler
no!
must have stumbled.
Nobody saw
the
this
movie
coming.
she was in, where she's in football gear, is called Shots Fired. I was looking way too far back because I forgot that Brett Cooper is literally like 18.
Stumbled real hard when she heard about it. You see, the Daily Wire is making their own version of a live-action version of the movie Snow White and the Evil Queen.
It's a show.
And guess who's playing the princess in the much-hyped version of the film?
She's not even
B
in
to the
like
R,
the billing.
Brett Cooper herself.
Huh?
I said it's a show. She's not even in the top billing.
She's a sub character. She's probably like a high school person in the background.
Believe it or not, Cooper's version of the film is rumored to give Disney major competition.
Uh-huh.
While the Daily Wire's movie will only be available on Bent.
So, how did the last Daily Wire movie do?
Good.
What was it called? Let's have a look.
Little House on the Prairie.
Is it actually?
She was born in 2001. She's just over. She's literally graduated college. She took a break from acting to pursue college, is what she said.
That's right. It was Run.
Lady Ballers is the last one technically, but I'm sure Jack is thinking of something else.
Lady Ballers.
Yeah. Do you even know what Lady Ballers is?
No.
Oh my god, bro.
I think it's this one. This Run, Hide, Fight thing.
Oh, the one that's about school shootings.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's about fighting back against school shooters and stuff. I'm telling you, the Little House on the Prairie one was like their big one. Don't tell them about Lady Ballers.
Terror on the Prairie.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Little Terrorist on the Prairie. So Lady Ballers, here, you ready for the joke?
Uh-huh.
You remember Joanna Man?
No.
The movie?
No.
Okay, so the movie Joanna Man is about this guy who basically fails his NBA career. So he takes on a alter ego to play in the WNBA, and the alter ego, her name is Joanna Man. And then the conflict is that he ends up like falling in love with somebody who's on the team or something. Or maybe he plays on the team to get closer to his ex who didn't want to be with him or something. And then he has this confliction where he has to come out that he's not Joanna Man. He's actually this other guy, but he knows it will, like, he's lying and he's in that. It's like the typical, like, oh, you're lying, but you actually fell in love and now you can't come clean. That typical archetype story. So anyway, not an original story, but it's about a bunch of dudes who decide to become women to play basketball. That's their plot for their movie, right?
Oh, this is the Daily Wire movie?
Yes.
Yes, I actually have seen this. Yes, I have.
Previews for it.
Yeah, that looks awful.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at Terror on the Prairie. The ratings are fine, but I want to see earnings.
What? You laughing at how much it earned? Is that what you're laughing at?
Yes.
Yeah, no, this is so true. They originally wanted to make it a documentary, but they couldn't even find anyone willing to like do it. Because you literally need to like take HRT and shit to like actually. So they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew this shit that they're doing wasn't possible because they set out to make a documentary first. See, 2 people have even said it. Yep.
Hilarious.
Fucking idiots.
So
and instead their successful show, out of everything that they've done, their most successful show is a chinchilla ripoff of Bluey Dog.
That's the funniest part. So, not only was this movie free on their subscription service and nowhere else, it had an international box office. In 2 countries. Let's see if we can guess.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Was I correct?
Oh,
No
sorry,
way.
no. You were close. It was the UAE.
Okay.
Sorry, I saw Arab and United, and I'm like,
that's so funny.
Close. And Russia.
Epic.
And it made 13 grand.
Oh my god.
Guys, the Daily Wire Snow White movie is going to be a Disney crusher.
So like I think someone like Curtis Johnson or something did a watch through like review, one of those types of people, and I've watched that, and like it's basically the entire movie summarized with like clips from the movie. Terrible movie.
What's the worst live action remake that Disney has made, you reckon?
Lion King.
The Lion King?
Yes, because it's not even live action. They just sold it as live action.
Yeah. Let's see how much that made. It made
Beauty and the Beast probably did worse.
1.6 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Daily Wire, from their best performing movie, I'm assuming, made 13 grand.
Lady Ballers is their best movie, you think? I think
No,
Little
I'm saying Terror on the Prairie.
Okay, yeah, I would say that one too.
Yeah. Because it had like 83, 82 on Rotten Tomatoes.
But they have like an angel investor capitalist dude who's like funding all their shit.
Mulan, I didn't even think about that. Let's actually look at that.
Mulan definitely made money.
The Mulan remake earnings.
The Beauty and the Beast one. We're killing time here. We should be finishing what we're doing.
We are killing time. Okay, Mulan actually
5 a.m.
fucking Mulan bombed.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and it still made $70 million. Like box office. So
yeah,
it lost
we
money,
know. We know. Thanks the tourism board. It was shot in Xinjiang.
I am going to go to the next one, and we'll finish on this one.
So she never was mad
Disney
at Brett
is
Cooper.
by far going
This
to
is
be
not
the
the last
biggest
one.
Huh?
The last one is the other. There's an.
This is the one that you sent that we watched already. Okay,
Yeah.
what was the last one?
It's in the private chat.
Yeah.
This is the last one, and you'll know why when you see who's doing it.
Yeah.
What do you think the lizard people are in charge? No, what do you think?
What your balance, guys?
Daily Wire teaser.
Time a prince would come. Oh no, wrong. But now that time is gone.
The trailer's shit too.
It's literally just her putting an apple in a basket and turning around.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
can we
It's
go back?
literally like, hey,
costume?
look.
Let's look at her costume from the ground up. See if it's better than the shitty costume Disney put that.
It probably is. Let's be real.
It's probably just a blue dress they find at a thrift
Yeah.
store.
When it loads, it's chuck the fit. It's decide to kill itself.
Sometimes you just got to refresh, you know? The point of the trailer, look at her, she's white. They have two trailers. They have two trailers, and one of them is literally like how Disney is woke. That like the other it's the same trailer cut up with just Disney is woke nonsense in it. So she has at least 2 colors in her dress. I saw.
It's I was literally going to say the same thing. Is like this trailer is literally look, Snow White is white.
The singing is fucking awful, but the other one has another song and it's something else that's dumb.
It's a copywritten song. It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or some shit.
It is. That's what it is. It's Come With Me and You'll See. Imagination. It's got some flower patterns on the side. This
Honestly,
is like something
better.
I think you could at least jam it up a little bit.
True.
This
you could
is
at
a
least
thrift store
put
dress,
yellow in
bro.
it. You could at least put yellow in it, like the original costume. If you're making it an original or faithful adaptation, do the costumes properly. Spend money, you fucks. Oh, this will.
You just watched.
This is the $5 dress that we got from Savers. This is going to be your set piece for the entire movie. We've only got one, and there are no others.
We filmed a squirrel and some deer in the woods for the rest of the trailer.
Blue and yellow.
A teaser for Snow White and the Evil Queen, an upcoming feature film by the Daily Wire.
Whoa, drone
In fact,
shot.
it's starring one of their own hosts, Ben Shapiro's doppelganger, as she's often referred to, Brett Cooper. Now, just like all of the other remakes that have basically involved some cultural changes, the Daily Wire didn't like the live-action remake for Snow White, which is starring a woman, an actress who's 22 years old. Her name's Rachel Zegler, and she is Colombian and Polish.
Everything is
she considers herself
Gamergate.
a white Latina, but
There's a reason why we put this at the end.
Criticism toward her coming from conservatives isn't just about, you know, Snow White being cast by someone who doesn't have like translucent skin. I think it also has to do with some of the comments that she's made about the movie itself while she's out there talking about it. We'll get to that in just a moment. But nonetheless, the Daily Wire decided to provide their own version, their response, if you will, to the live action remake of the Snow White movie. Now, we'll tell you more about that later, but first let's talk about why the Disney Snow White movie is getting criticized. First and foremost, conservatives are mad that Snow White is being played by Rachel Zegler, who is not in fact white. Her mother is Colombian, her father is Polish. Zegler also publicly criticized the original Disney animated movie for its, in her mind, dated storyline. I mean, it did come out in the 30s, so sure. And hinted that the new version will give her character more agency. She said that Snow White is not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
My brother,
Zegler
this is
told Vanity
Harold.
Fair, people are making these jokes about ours being the PC Snow White, where it's like, yeah, it is, because it needed that. So I have some comments in response to her comments, and some people might not like it, but that's okay.
Don't worry, I'm gonna balance it out by making fun of the right wing. Go ahead.
I'm fucking better than you. True love is awesome, guys. True love is what keeps me grounded and able to do this job, which some days is incredibly hellish. True love means you get to share your life.
Because
with
I
a
fucking
partner.
hate Cenk. He smells bad. I have to sit next to him. He yells at me the whole time. He smells like a kebab. What?
I don't care who that partner is. I don't care if it's a same-sex partner. I don't care if you're heterosexual. It doesn't matter. Having someone in your life that you love and loves you back and supports you makes everything else in life better. I'm saying that as someone who had the same mindset as Rachel Zegler. So don't let people convince you that like, no.
Feminist.
Having those personal, loving, intimate relationships doesn't matter at all. In fact, you should like look down at that and instead be like, I don't know, a boss girl. And like, no, you should be obsessed with, you can be obsessed with your career. You can be an independent woman. You can also do all of that while having a loving relationship as well. Like it's not, it doesn't have to be one or the other.
But Anna, I don't think that's the critique that they have of the old Snow White. I think that the critique is that the one she said, which is that Snow White doesn't have enough agency in the story, right? That it's like she's being rescued by this Prince Charming, or I haven't read it in a while. Prince Charming's in it, right? Wait till I get to funnier revelations about what I think of Snow White.
She was poisoned by that bitch witch. Okay, all right. She's unconscious. Okay,
I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one.
Great, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sure
Oh no, women, your agency is being questioned. Come on.
Well,
Wow,
bitches
that was
leave.
so funny.
You know
in,
what,
Fast Forward.
sometimes
Her dancing back and forth like that looks so funny in Fast Forward.
questioned. Come on.
Well,
Look at a Halloween decoration that like you walk
your
past.
agency is being questioned. Come on.
We'll go even faster.
No, women, your agency is being questioned. Come on.
Yeah, I think faster it didn't look as good because it cut out too many of the frames where she's at the end.
True.
Come on. You know what? Sometimes a dude comes around and does save you. So what?
Oh, okay. Well, God bless.
Really, we're gonna like, oh, no, how dare we portray men as the saviors in some cases?
You are
anyway, it's
garbage.
so dumb. All of this is so dumb.
Okay,
Right,
so they're
look,
pro
I
Daily
don't know
Wire,
exactly
I
what
guess.
Rachel.
I guess so. The right-wing grift continues.
Bigoted fucking losers.
Zegler or anyone else is criticizing about the original thing, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with true love, of course. And sometimes a woman rescues you, sometimes a man rescues you, sometimes someone straight rescues you, sometimes someone gay rescues you. The white, black, who cares? We're all
Damn,
human.
bro, that's got to be like the gayest shit
look,
I've ever heard ever.
I think a couple of things they did I think are hilarious, and then I actually do want to make some points about their business model. So and whether this movie's going to work. So when Brett Cooper.
No one says her name like that.
Emily in Paris, the way that the British guy says Cooper's. Anyway, some of you will get that. You see, I like True Love. When Brett Cooper turns around.
Oh my God, you watch Emily in Paris junk?
Is that
Oh
Ben Shapiro
my
and drag?
No.
What?
Okay, and then like, is this drag queen story hour?
This is my favorite junk revelation is that he's a big Emily in Paris fan.
Is that what this is? Because that would be the funniest thing that ever happened. Because then I would watch
That's
it.
why you
I
seem
would
like
watch
it's
it.
so
It'd make a
funny.
lot of money. Okay,
That would be
the funniest. So much like Ben Shapiro, it's unbelievable.
It's uncanny. It
And
really
it's
is.
unbelievable that they're not siblings.
They're not related. Like that's okay, guys. I have an admission.
We have juice.
It's embarrassing, but I will admit it anyway. For the longest time, I thought Brett Cooper was actually
rewind and catch him on the minute content. I've had enough of this wrap up on Snow White. Yeah, we literally are ending with this video.
Yeah, we're pretty much done. Have a good one.
Ben Shapiro's sister, who also makes content on YouTube.
But that's a different person.
But that's a different person.
And she also
is it YouTube?
I think she's on OnlyFans. I really
Like
do.
both
I
Ben
think
Shapiro
that she
and Brett
did
Cooper.
something
It's
like that. Like it's patron.
It would
only
be
stuff.
so smart for her to do it.
Who?
Not even do anything. Just post like
No, it's just like
wholesome
it's just
family
about how to be
photos.
like a Jewish stay-at-home mom. That's all the content is. Yeah,
Fucking hell.
but it's like paid.
Mm. Good for her.
I have a friend.
In their bag.
She does a really funny video that I'll send to you, where she's like challenging Abby Shapiro, but she dresses up as Abby Shapiro. She's really funny. She does like these she always has like weird costumes and stuff in her videos.
I appreciate the effort.
Like, I think that's the most interesting part of the story, to be honest with you. But anyway.
No, but there's a relevant part to it too. It's not just random. The brother makes like this big giant movie that they spent a lot of money on.
Yeah.
And he casts the lead role as someone who looks just like him. Okay, that's kind of funny.
She's a host at the Daily Wire, though. So, like, seems like they were,
why are you taking the funny? He's trying to say, hey, it's funny, and trigger a laugh, and you had to make him get serious by being like, actually, Chunk, it just makes sense because she works with them, and it's not funny.
A doofus.
Already work with
me? Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's just funny. That's all. Yeah. It's something else that's funny. I thought Snow White. I thought White was her last name. So
no, Snow White in the original fairy tale is like it's a reference to her skin, and it's supposed to be so pale that she almost looks sick.
Yeah.
Which
what's her name?
I don't know if audiences are into that right now, but who knows? Maybe.
But guys, so that's going to lead to my main point. Things change, and I get why conservatives get so mad about stuff like this because it sounds.
Is she named after her skin?
I guess so.
Okay.
Sure. I have no idea.
What do you think? The lizard people are in charge? Is that what you think?
It's the lizard people. Chunk thinks so.
So silly to the rest of us, right? But generally
It is
speaking,
silly. You're right.
conservatives
Fucking
don't
lizard
like
people.
change.
Seriously.
They're not like me and you. Like, and by the way, there's some parts of change that I don't like, right? And I'm a very nostalgic guy, and I like to take the same road. I don't like to vary certain patterns and habits that I have. But whether we like it or we don't like it, things change.
Confirmed
so to that point
autism.
about her being like, so
what?
It's a confirmed autism.
Oh, white, she almost looks sick. It's beautiful. Like today, people are like, what? There's this saying in Turkey. So I understand that racism is worldwide, right? And it's not just about racism. It's about whether you worked in the fields or you were rich. So the most desirable woman was supposed to be someone so white. And this comes from Turkish culture where we're not that white, okay?
It's also from any Asian culture.
It's all cultures. He's right.
All cultures.
He's right.
Yeah.
All cultures have this racism about field work.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you could see a dark grape go down her throat.
Gross.
Which everybody, in the modern world, when you say that, everyone goes, ew, gross, right? But back then they're like, oh, that's so hot. She's like a ghost, right? So times change. Conservatives, this is when you grab the thing and you cry into it. Oh, I don't want times to change.
But Jake, let me counter what you're saying for a second, okay? Because sure, yes, times.
I want somebody who's that white. I like seeing grapes go
movie,
down people's
and put out a
throats.
different movie. Like, I actually have a problem with all of the remakes. Because how about instead of remaking movies, you guys actually imagine something new and create new movies?
Original take.
Yeah, well, so that
impossible. You know what's funny though? The Disney Snow White, it's original. Plot twist.
Whatever.
That's a great point, but that's like slightly different because, and yesterday on Old School, we talked about that. And one of our members made a great point where they said, yeah, the reason why Flintstones and Jetsons are basically the same exact thing, except one is in the past and one is in the future, is because they're both based on The Honeymooners, which was a sitcom at the time, right? So that actually leads to two interesting points. One is that, yeah, like we don't know that Hollywood, for all of its creativity, is not that creative. Ants and Bugs comes out at the same time. The two disaster movies where the comets hit us at the same time.
Ants and Bugs come out at the same time. Bro, Bug's Life is also a remake of Akira Kurosawa's masterpiece, Seven Samurai.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Same movie.
And A Bug's Life is fantastic.
It's better than Akira Kurosawa.
I haven't seen it. Can't comment.
We'll watch it. It's really good.
I've seen A Bug's Life. It's a great movie. When Pixar was fucking not molested by Disney.
Out at the same time, because when it's
Now
gets
they
hot
make
in
a
Hollywood,
fucking
people are like,
sequel.
"Oh, I'm gonna make it. No, I'm gonna make it," and they both make it at the same time.
Imagination. I think that's like the most. To me, that's the most offensive part about all of this. Just the lack of imagination and the laziness.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we can't think of anything new, so why don't we just remake a Disney movie from the 1930s or Disney fairy tale
more
from the
mad
1930s?
100%. But look, so
at the Latina Snow White than the Daily Wire.
It certainly sounds that way.
But then on the parts of why things have to change, The Honeymooners is a perfect example. So the main punchline in Honeymooners was Ralph Cramden going,
my
"To
wife.
the moon, Alice! To the moon!" And everybody laughed out loud. So what were they laughing at? He was gonna punch his wife so hard she'd fly to the moon.
So funny.
And everybody thought that was like a hilarious line back in the day. They're like, oh man, he's gonna punch her in the face again. And so hard. So should we still celebrate that? No change, right?
The Daily Wire would say
man, punching your wife in the face.
Huh?
The Daily Wire would say yes.
Yes, they would.
This is so funny. You remake it exactly like that. Don't change a word. Yes, sometimes you gotta change things. It's a little awkward. Are we gonna remake 16 Candles and have that Asian character be like the most outrageously offensive character anyone's ever seen? Long Duck Dog?
Jake,
Are you serious?
Jake, hold on. But like, are you trying to make the argument that
I'm
Snow
fucking
White
better
being
than you.
saved by a prince is on the same
insulting
level?
16
No,
candles
that's
in
not
front of
gonna
Anna.
be-
No, I don't
mad.
care about Snow White at all. Okay, so I'm just saying it in general. Sometimes, in fact, the example I was going to use is not Snow White, is Hansel and Gretel. We made the mistake of watching a remake of that with our kids. It was like a cheesy remake anyway, but that story is super dark. A lot of the Brothers Grimm.
Wow, you mean the grim horror fairy tales are dark stories? Whoa. No fucking way. Crazy.
Stories are enormously dark.
I'm never gonna forget the dark grape thing he just said, by the way. That is like gonna haunt me for a long time.
Little kids.
I'm never gonna forget the fact that guy called Keffals Kafals.
Kafals.
Insane.
I had already forgotten.
Hilarious. Never forget.
Yeah, he's
spaghetti.
crying because she didn't answer his messages. It's like, bro, you don't even know her name.
Bro got left on red.
Bro.
And they got candy and everything's fine. And then she's gonna boil them alive.
That was his equivalent of "you're ugly anyway."
We don't need it.
Maybe we do. Maybe sometimes.
Okay, so anyways, roll with the punches, conservatives. Sometimes times change, and sometimes it's wonderful that times change. Like we had slavery, we don't have it anymore. That was good change. Please agree with me.
Okay, I'm gonna say some stuff.
Bro,
you guys are gonna hate me. It's okay. You can hate me. I will accept
hurts
the hate.
my brain.
They did this. So Sex and the City. Okay, they are now coming out with like a new franchise associated with Sex and the City called Just Like That. I think it's called.
Yeah.
Unwatchable.
Unwatchable.
It is so unwatchable because they're pandering and they're trying so hard. And I got to be honest with you guys. Even me, I'm getting so tired of like the constant like pandering, pander. Just give me entertaining, interesting, compelling content.
Anna, no pander.
Okay?
What's her last name? Kasparian.
Kasparian.
Anna,
I got some
no
shows
pander,
for you.
Kasparian.
I got some shows for you. Oh, what's it fucking called?
Great job, hit play.
Yeah, no, fantastic. But Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, fantastic.
Remake.
Did
What?
you say remake?
What?
What'd you say?
I don't know. I said hit play.
It's like Man in the Watchtower or something like that. It's like
Man in High Castle?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's a book?
It's a book and a TV show.
Yeah, but it's based
a
off
TV
of a book that
It is
guy
based
wrote.
off a book. Yeah. Same guy that wrote the book that Blade Runner is based off.
And Scanner Darkly, which is better.
Yes.
Scanner Darkly
Yeah.
is like the best movie.
What is that?
Oh, it's like the first cell shaded movie.
No
and like
shit.
now you can just do an effect plugin that cell shades the movie, but they did all this shit by hand.
Insane.
So they shoot the entire movie and do it all by hand. But it's before Robert Downey Jr. was Iron Man, before Woody Harrelson came back, right? So they grabbed all these great actors that were coming off of like sobriety. They just started their sober phase. And it's a movie about how the government creates the drug epidemic.
No shit.
It's so good. And Keanu Reeves is the main star in it. And they had to convince him to do it because he didn't want to do another sci-fi movie after The Matrix. But it's literally just a drama where it's almost like basically talking into a camera the whole time. But it's so good. It's so good. Alex Jones is in it as well.
Huh.
He plays a guy who's yelling about how the government is watching you, and then the government comes and kidnaps him.
Oh, that's funny. All right, let's fucking go.
Without the tokenism.
Also,
okay, let's go. Pauses.
The Expanse. Watch The Expanse too. Also a really good show.
It's so obvious when they engage in the tokenism. There are shows, like brand new shows, that are based off of old shows from literally like decades ago, almost a century
Like the 3 that I just listed.
Ago, that are incredible, right?
Yes.
And they're cast by, it's a diverse cast.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the name of that one show that it was a comedy based on the public school system.
Abbott.
Yes, Abbott Elementary. Abbott Elementary is like one of my favorite shows, right? And it's a diverse cast. Okay, the creator is a Black woman. She also
Umbrella Academy is another one on Netflix. Not an original concept, but an original story. So, kind of a cool idea.
Stars in it, and it's excellent. It is excellent, and I never feel like I'm being pandered to as I watch it, right? So like I think what we do with these like remakes, and then like there's all these annoying changes that I don't even think need to be made. Like I'll give you an example of the dwarfs, right? So in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, in the remake, they've done away with that for some reason. Okay, so instead
because it was uncomfortable. Come on.
Hold on, but little people exist. Like why? It's uncomfortable.
That's it, Buster. No.
No more military aid.
Like so, back in the day, they thought it was hilarious to take little people and you might have seen it in Wolf of Wall Street, and do all sorts of gags with them, like throw them against like a giant dartboard and all these.
Fidget tossing.
I hated those.
That's not what happens in Snow White, though.
Okay, now in Snow White, you could argue
they're the heroes.
Yeah, that they're the heroes. So it all depends. Sometimes change is good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you keep it, sometimes you don't. I'm just saying, in general, it's not the worst thing in the world if we change some parts of it. Okay, and I don't know how they're going to do it, and so
she's like, I want to feel like I'm at the circus. I want the little people in the movie.
Sometimes you don't. I'm just saying in general, it's not the worst thing in the world if we change some parts of it. Okay, and I don't.
We need that. Man. We need that.
Well, I mean, if you remember to cut it, because I won't.
Okay.
When I look at this and cut it, when I look at this to post it, 3 months from now, when it's finally QC'd and stuff.
Eventually. All right. Let's
know how they were going to do it, and besides, come on, let's all be honest. None of us are going to watch either one of those movies.
No, we're not. It's true. It's so true.
Yeah, but I'll double down on what Anna's saying about the pandering. Yeah, that Sex and the City remake I tried watching it with my wife. It's just the worst.
Oh my God.
And everything's a formula, and everything is like,
so
it's almost
bad.
like someone who isn't progressive, who's trying to appeal
You watched
to
it?
young progressives. So they're like,
I'm
and
mocking
you're
you.
LGBTQ plus. Well, I'm okay with that. You're like, oh yeah, please stop. Okay. So now, last thing. Back to the business model that I promised you guys. So first of all, them making this movie, go for it. If Americans want a non-adapted one, and they like the children being boiled alive by Hansel and Gretel's witch, and they like this, and they like being Bambi being murdered in the beginning. I'm kidding around.
No, don't talk about Bambi.
I'm kidding. Whatever you want to do, guys, nobody's stopping you. It's a free country, and then see if people like it. And if people like it and they want to watch that version, who cares? Who cares? So like the right wing gets offended at the adaptations, right? But we shouldn't do likewise and get offended by the right wing's non-adaptations.
Yeah.
You want to remake a boring thing as perfectly boring as it.
This video could have been 30 seconds.
You mean the Young Turks could have not existed?
Just originally adapt every on.
Here's the video.
One, and they like the children being boiled alive by Hansel and Gretel's witch, and they like this, and they like being Bambi being murdered in the beginning. I'm kidding around.
No, don't talk about Bambi.
I'm kidding. Whatever you want to do, guys, nobody's stopping you. It's a free country, and then see if people like it. And if people like it and they want to watch that version, who cares? Who cares? So like the right wing gets offended at the adaptations, right? But we shouldn't do likewise and get offended by the right wing's non-adaptations.
Bam, video done. Everything else, cut it.
But then how would we leech off of
it? I'm just giving them editing tips. That's all. You also wouldn't need to pay your editors as much. You'd make more money. We know you're greedy capitalists.
You want to remake a boring thing as perfectly boring as it was originally? Have at it, Hoss. Right? And you want to put in Ben Shapiro's doppelganger to freak us out? Have at it.
My brother, this is Haram.
Brett Cooper, okay? So she's a real person with real feelings.
But come on. Do it
again. Funny edit. Rare young
She's a real person with real feelings.
Do it again. It is uncanny.
You're telling me that's not the same person. Okay, anyways.
It's amazing.
All right, we're just playing around. Okay, so super last thing. I don't think this model is going to work. I almost want it to work because I
don't care. All right. All right.
Who's ready for bedtime?
Bed.
You must have known you were wrong when your fingers were dipped inside me.
The lighter.
But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Hitler wasn't fucking bad because he was fucking killing Jews, okay? That wasn't the main problem with Hitler, I think. That was like maybe 8th down the line.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
Are you aware of a CIA psychological profile about you, sir? Would you be interested in hearing what the CIA had to say? This secret study portrays as a brilliant but dangerous megalomaniac who is likely to pursue his own aims in disregard of U.S. interests. He's an uncertain ally. Shall I go on, or would you prefer that I stop, sir?